Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner.
I'm Elsie Johnson.
We are two sisters, Southern Cooking. Good morning.
We're making a unique pie today.
Yes, we are.
It's a combination of fruit and custard.
Yes.
So it sounds a little complicated, but it's really not. It's just a little bit more steps than you would normally probably do in a pie.
And it's got a gross name.
Swamp pie. We're from the swamps of Florida, so fits perfect.
So this here as the original pie recipe was Erin McDowell's pie. And so we always change things to make it more unique for us. So we're doing blackberries and blueberries.
Instead of all blueberries.
Yes. So
we just changed it up and added some blackberries, cut back on the amount of blueberries and added in blackberries.
Right.
So I'm making the streusel top to this. This actually has fruit on the bottom, custard on the middle, and streusel on the top. So it's like a 3-layer stacked pie. So,
and we already par-baked our
pie crust.
Pie crust.
So it's going to be really, really cool looking when you cut into it to see all the 3 layers.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting in fresh squeezed lemon juice and some vanilla extract into our wet ingredient here, and then I'm going to mix together our dry ingredients while Elsie's doing that, and we're going to get it all
and
ready to
what
go.
all streusels need is oats, so that went in. And then this is a little different. I've never seen this in a streusel topping. It's got some whole wheat flour in it. So we got that. We got some regular all-purpose flour.
And what I'm doing right now is just mixing this together, because when you do a fruit pie, you always need to coat it with flour in order to keep it all from sinking to the bottom, and it all stands based on where you are with your flour coating.
Right.
It'll just kind of
Hold it in position. Right, it'll hold it in position. All right, I have brown sugar for my next, and then I have salt and cinnamon and baking powder, I think it was, that was in that.
And I have sea salt here that I'm putting in here, as well as all-purpose flour with the sugar. And then I'm going to just mix this together, and then I'm going to sprinkle it over and just make sure that they're all well coated. And then we'll be ready to put it into the bottom of our cooled down par-baked pie crust. You have to be careful in these small bowls or you'll have it everywhere. I'm just going to go ahead and mix it with my hands here, so make sure we get it all well incorporated.
Okay. Now I have my cold, I put it in the freezer, cold cube butter. So I'm going to throw those in. And I'm just going to toss it real quick, and then I'm going to get my pastry cutter in there. And I'm just tossing it so that it covers every cube with a little bit of the dry mixture.
And I'm just sprinkling our wet ingredients here and our fruit,
because the butter is ice cold. It is a little more difficult to get it mixed.
So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting these in here. Now I am not going to be putting a lot of liquid in here, because we are going to have liquid from our custard. So we have to kind of try, because it's going to produce more juices too.
It's going to be so pretty because that's all black.
Yeah.
You know, the blueberries are dark, the blackberries are dark.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
You want to make it as even as you can, and like I said, I am to put it in by hand so we don't get a lot of juice in here.
Also, by doing it by hand, you're actually spreading the berries and incorporating them so that you don't get clumps of nothing but raspberry.
Right.
And nothing but blueberry in
Blueberry.
certain spots. You get
I'm
it
telling you,
mixed.
it's going to be so tasty.
It is. It's going to be good.
So after I'm done with this, Elsie's going to put the streusel on top, and then we're going to bake it at 375 for 35 minutes. And then after that, we're going to pull it out and put our custard, which we're going to be making next. And I'm going to push these out a little bit here, just so it is so smooth and everything. There we go. I think we are done there, Elsie.
Okay.
And she's going to go ahead and put her streusel on the top. And then after that, then we're going to come back and we're going to make the custard. And then put the custard in. Now, if the custard looks like it's going to overflow, because it's, you know, it's a volume of liquid, and you're going to have to make holes in it so it drains down in, so it mixes with the berries. And that's why it's called a swamp pie, because it looks like a swamp when you're done. It's a hot mess looking thing, but it's going to be good, y'all. It's going to be good. So if you don't want to get like pie juices on your cookie pan that you're going to put this on, just put parchment paper on it and you just toss it. Just makes it easy. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and pop this in the oven at 375. It is ready to go because the oven is set and ready to go. And we are going to show you what it looks like when we do the custard. We'll be right back. Making the custard for the blueberry swamp pie that we're doing. So I have my heavy cream. I have some brown sugar, vanilla, 1 egg, and I'm gonna whisk it. And that's all there is to this custard. And this is going to get poured on top of that blueberry raspberry filling when it gets to the 35-minute mark. And then we'll put it back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes until this gets baked and set. That's all there is to it. Make sure it's all well incorporated. All right, we'll see you in our next video. Our pie is out of the oven, ready for the custard that I made a minute ago. So I'm just gonna pour it over slowly so that it doesn't run off. So I ended up poking holes into the top with one of our meat forks. Yeah, meat forks, just to be able to allow the bubbling of the fruit to come up. So, and this will also allow the custard to seep down into the holes so it doesn't sit on top. Look, it's already draining. So yeah, it's doing what we want it to do. So you got so much that you this isn't a lot of custard either. It's not a lot at all.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be a lot, but it's really not.
It's not. And this is our berry swamp pie. We put blueberries and blackberries in here. And when you get a second, there's some right there. There's some holes. We did have to leave this in for the 45 minutes in the oven, 375, in order for it to actually finish cooking the fruit. And the fruit, you could tell, is done because it doesn't have a lot of watery juices in it. It's more thickened now. Elsie was wanting to see the bubbling of the fruit
To make sure it would gel proper.
Yeah, and you don't see a whole lot because of the amount of streusel we have on the top.
Right.
So you have to poke holes in it in order for it to like seep up to the top. So, but we're seeing it. So.
Yeah, the juices are trying to come up because there's so much filling.
All right, so it's starting to
I'm
dribble
gonna,
off.
yeah, it is. I'm not gonna put no more.
So we're going to allow it to cook until it is done. That should be about 15 minutes or so. It may have to be longer depending on how watery the pie looks in about 15 minutes. And we'll let you see what it looks like when it's done. Yeah. All right, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good
I
because if
think
you
we are.
poke some holes right here because it's trying to, yeah, you don't want to put there's not much left, but it looks like it's pretty saturated all the way down.
Yep, we want it to be saturated. All right, guys, so we're gonna bake this up. We're gonna show you how good it looks. I'm guaranteeing you this is gonna be delicious, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in our next video. And I'm Debbie.
We're two sisters Southern cooking.
And we thank you for visiting our page. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.
This show is produced by Two Sisters Productions, McRae, Georgia.